minutes ago. It is important. Time is 7 p.m. Okay, Fred, we're going live.
Good evening, everybody. Hello, thank you for being here. Welcome to the May 8th, 2025 Village Board meeting for the Village of Willow Springs. Given trustee Posh's advance notice to the clerk of his inability to attend in person due to business commitments, and given the quorum is physically here present in accordance with the Illinois Open Meetings Act and the Village Code, may I have a motion to approve trustee Posh's attendance via audio conference?
I'll
By trustee Carr, second by trustee Kennedy. See, actually, you know what? I'd like to redo that as a, all those in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Welcome trustee Posh to the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Okay, now we'll move into roll call. Madam Clerk Charles, could we please call the roll?
Trustee Ara,
Here.
Kennedy,
Here.
Micah,
Here.
Hash,
Here.
Sprinkle,
Here.
Carr,
Here.
President Nettmeyer.
Here, that completes the roll. We have a quorum. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. We will move to our next item of business, which is administration of the oath of office for the newly elected officials. Attorney Peck has graciously agreed that he would help us in administering these oaths. So thank you very much. We will get started with those.
What to do here?
Okay. I,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of village president
of village president
with honor and integrity
with honor and integrity
and without prejudice
and without prejudice,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
State your name. I, do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the State of Illinois. And the ordinances of the Village of Willow Springs. I will faithfully discharge. The duties of the office of village trustee. The duties. Of the office. Of the village trustee with honor. Integrity. And without prejudice. To the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations. Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, please state your name.
I, Michael Kennedy,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the ordinances
the ordinances
of the Village of Willow Springs.
of the Village of Willow Springs,
I will faithfully discharge
will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of village trustee
of village trustee
with honor,
with honor,
integrity,
integrity,
and without prejudice,
and without prejudice,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Please raise your right hand. I, please state your name.
I, Richard Michael,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
I will support and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States,
the United States,
the Constitution
Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of the Village
of the Village
of Willow Springs.
of Willow Springs.
I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties
the duties
of the office
of the office
of village trustee
of village trustee
with honor,
with honor,
integrity,
integrity,
and without prejudice,
and without prejudice,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you again, Attorney Pat, very much appreciated. Congratulations, fellow members that were sworn. And thank you to our residents for your continued trust in allowing us to, lead our village. It is an honor to serve, and as stated in our oaths, we will continue to do so, to the best of our ability, so help us God. Okay, we will move into disposition of previous minutes. In our board pack, we have minutes from April 10th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve those? By trustee Ara, second by trustee Sprinkle, discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Pash,
Aye.
Sprinkle,
Aye.
Carr.
All ayes, motion passes. On to number 5 on our agenda, village administrator report.
Thank you, President Nettermeyer. A few items this evening. First, I'd like to congratulate you as well as the other trustees on your reelection on behalf of myself and all the staff here in Willow Springs. It's an honor to serve the public and it's an honor to work for you. So congratulations. We're very excited to keep the good things coming. So another thing I wanted to point out, President Nettermeyer is rather humble at times and doesn't like to congratulate herself. But there's a few more things that have happened lately that we should probably acknowledge her for. One, I'd like to congratulate her for her reappointment to the Illinois Tollway Board. It's a very big deal. It's a job that not many people know that she does, but she takes it very serious. I've seen firsthand the amount of work that she puts into it. And like everything else, she's doing a fantastic job there. So her reappointment is just taking place, and it's another thing to congratulate the mayor. In addition to that, funny thing, a few weeks ago, she was recognized down in Springfield and asked to go down. She's a part of a group that was led by Illinois House Representative, the Minority Leader, Tony McComey, held a luncheon to recognize women in leadership roles throughout the state of Illinois in government. And President Nettermeyer was also recognized at that. Just something else to be proud of. I have no doubt it's because of all the great work that we've done as a team here in Willow Springs. And it's great to be a part of that team. So congratulations.
Thank you, Minister.
Couple other very quick items to report on. I wanted to make sure everybody knew that mega passes for our fest are on sale. So spend your money, buy your mega passes. It's gonna be a great fest. The date has changed this year, so it is in July 24, 25, 26, 27. Passes, as always, are good for all 4 days, so if we can remember that, that would be great. Another thing to point out was this week, I spent a little bit of time in Springfield. The goal of that was to meet with our local legislators in Springfield, kind of on their turf, see what their agenda is and how the Village of Willow Springs may benefit from that. I had the opportunity to speak with our representative, Nicole Laha, and I expressed to her trustee Micah's requests for some additional funding for our parks. We've been looking over the last few years, we've been improving our parks. We've done really good job on that. Last piece is we'd like to do some exercise equipment. And the thought is that we should, when we incorporate that down to Lions Park, we should do that in a fully ADA accessible outdoor exercise area. So in meeting with Representative Laha, she was extremely supportive of that idea. She's committed to have her staff work with us on some grant funding, and it sounded very positive that we'll be able to work on that in the very near future. So we'll keep you posted on that, but it was a good meeting on that. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. We'll move to Village Clerk report, Clerk Charles.
Thank you. On Monday, May 26th, the village will be holding their annual Memorial Day ceremony on the corner of Willow Springs Road and Archer. It's going to begin at 11 o'clock, so please come out and join us. And then there will be no food pantry for the month of May. The next one will be held June 17th at 3:30 at our community center. And that concludes my report.
Great, thank you, Clerk Charles. We will move to reports of officials, Engineer Branson.
Just a quick update on the town center project. We are making progress. I know it looks worse than it is. But we've completed the sidewalk and curb repairs. We're currently in phase one of the construction of the permeable paver area. The excavation has been completed. We've installed a sub base. Next week we'll be final grading. You'll begin to see some more substantial progress. The paver is expected to be installed. I also prepared a summary for action items 3, 4, and 5. Happy to answer any questions.
Appreciate that, Engineer Branson. Attorney Clark?
There is no report this evening.
Okay, Treasurer Dennis?
Just briefly, April is another strong month. We're doing really well and we're getting very close to getting our last match to audit done, and that'll mean we're gonna be right on schedule. Hopefully the next meeting will be able to stay, so that's fine.
Thank you. Now we're gonna move into reports of standing committees, Financial Administration Committee, Trustee Ara.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to approve items 881 warrant number 25-0-05 dated May 8, 2025. Payroll and fund expenses totaling $848,874.99.
That's the motion for the warrants. Is there a second?
I'll second.
By Trustee Kennedy, discussion?
Just to give everybody an update, this is a little larger than normal, but it includes a payment on some of the work that's going on in the village circle. It's also including the 2 new police vehicles that we just received. And it also has a quarterly justice dispatch payment, as well as engineering, about the engineering payment. And that total is about over 50% of the building.
Any more discussion on the warrants? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Posh,
Aye.
Sprinkle,
Aye.
Carr.
All ayes and those warrants are approved.
Madam President, please make a report.
Thank you, Trustee Ara. Public Safety Committee, Trustee Kennedy.
Thank you, Madam President. I had a couple of things. First off, on next Friday, May 16th is Cop on a Rooftop, and that'll be at the Dunkin' Donuts. We got a representative here, sitting in the crowd. But anyway, it's a good cause. They're from 5 to what time? 5 to noon, 5 a.m. to noon. Good cause for special Olympics. And also, something a little bit off is the Veterans and Beautification Committee are working together to finalize the Willow Springs Veteran Brick Memorial right out front here. And the memorial will be right by the flagpole, and the bricks will be free for the veterans in Willow Springs. And then we'll have at Memorial Day service, some applications and things like that, so if anybody can apply for one. And, if you wanted to buy one for somebody else, they're $24. And, that's it, unless Chief, you have anything.
Yeah, just, thank you, trustee. Very quickly, trustee Ara mentioned that, we have 2 new squad cars that just came in. They'll be outfitted shortly to be on the road, so you're gonna see more white cars. That's us. It's not the sheriff or state police, or anybody else, just, and the second thing is next Thursday, a week from today, we'll give you another corporals test, and we've got, that all set up. And, because we have to revitalize that list, all our corporals are pretty new, so I think that we should have corporals coming from Friday instead of just 1,000. And that's all.
That concludes my report.
And I'll just add, which committee report, I want to say happy birthday to you, Chief. Recognize you for that. And we will move to municipal buildings and grounds committee, trustee Micah.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to say, the Lions would like to thank everybody that came out and supported their pork chop sandwich or pork chop sandwich dinner. It was a great success and, thank you everyone that came out. That concludes my report.
Very nice, thank you, trustee Micah. Public Works Committee, trustee Posh.
Thank you, Mayor. Am I heard?
Yes, we can hear you, trustee Posh, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I want to take this opportunity. I really wish I could be there tonight in person for the swearing in ceremony. But I'm very glad and honored to congratulate Mayor Nettemeyer, trustees Ara, Kennedy, and Mocha for deciding to continue giving their time and energy in order to help all of the residents of Willow Springs. I thank you and I applaud you for joining us as we all continue on our quest to make Willow Springs our home. And thanks again. If Keith has nothing to say, have him nod his head.
I got a couple things. Just an update, branch pickup began in April, it still continues saying it's gonna go ahead and for the past few years. Lions Park bathroom renovations is wrapping up, they should be completed by the end of next week. The Cliff Blackstone Storm Sewer Drainage Project will be completed tomorrow. And I would like to take time to congratulate, Mary, our Secretary of Public Works on her retirement. Thank you for the job you did, and we'll miss you.
Thank you, Keith. Yes, congratulations, Mary, on your retirement. We appreciate your work for us here in the village. Trustee Posh, does that conclude your report?
Yes, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Keith. That ends my report. Thank you.
Great. We will move to License and Franchise Committee, trustee Sprinkle. Okay, Buildings and Zoning Committee, trustee Clark.
Put some of my congratulations to all the officials that were sworn in this evening. It's an honor and pleasure to serve with you folks. I think you've done a good job for the village. It looks like it's going to continue. Just one thing to add to the engineering report, as far as the project being completed before Willow Fest, yes, it will be. Nobody will be. For April 2025, permits, we issued 26. Keeping Bruce busy again. Total construction cost $901,458. Total permit cost $31,061. For the months of January to April, we have issued 66 permits. The construction cost is $1,759,675. And permit fees are at $53,025. And that completes my report for this evening.
Thank you, trustee Clark. That concludes the committee report. We'll move into action items. First, we have action to approve an IGA with Lions Township for the summer work program for 2025. The village has benefited very much from this program, and we appreciate that this is an opportunity for us again this year. May I have a motion to approve the IGA?
So moved.
By trustee Ara, second by trustee Micah. Discussion. Vote please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Posh,
Aye.
Sprinkle,
Aye.
Carl.
Aye.
All ayes, motion passes. Thank you. Next, we have action to approve the purchase of a 2024 F-150 Ford from Hopkins Ford located at 1045 East Chicago Street in Elgin, Illinois, in the amount of $58,630.20. This is a purchase that will be utilized as an administrator vehicle. It will replace the administrator's current vehicle that's in need of replacement. It's competitively priced and moderately equipped. May I have a motion to approve this? By trustee Park, second by trustee Sprinkle, discussion.
Yes, I'd like to say as the head of the Finance and Administration Committee, I have not reviewed this in detail. I don't know that we had this in our 2025 budget. I know it comes out of capital, but I remember the public works vehicles. I remember the police vehicles and things that we were going to buy in capital. I would like to table this because I have not had a complete review of our strategy for vehicle purchases. And under Finance and Administration Committee, it's my opportunity here to remind everybody that I'm supposed to provide fiscal oversight of general government programs and also fiscal operations and vehicle purchases and maintenance. So I did not have the opportunity to do this. I was made aware of this late last week and haven't had time. I was out of town. So I would like to table this.
Tom, are you making a formal motion to table this?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Tom's making the motion. Is there a second? Hearing nothing, motion dies. We are back to the motion before us. Is there any other discussion on this one?
Yes, I'd like to point out that I believe that this vehicle was equipped heavily beyond what is needed for the position. Vehicle is for the municipality and it's a tool to carry out the work of the village. And I think that this vehicle right here is overly option.
Okay, once
I
again,
also looked at the pricing rate, because.
I didn't say anything about the pricing. I said about the options.
But the options, yes, but even with the options, it's favorite materials, not, it's 20,000 below the high end of a vehicle. And that vehicle, being a pickup truck, is very purchasable in this. And we use it for grinding to go into certain things. Police department can use it, public works can use it,
Well, Public Works has not bought an F-150 since I've been on this board.
well, it's the public works.
Right, but we're buying a vehicle that has a moonroof, and several other options, off-road package, and I don't believe that this fits the needs of the village. I believe that the vehicle that current village administrator is driving needs to be replaced, and I don't disagree with that. I just disagree with this vehicle in particular, and we can buy a vehicle that's $10,000 to $15,000 less and pay for other things in the village that we want to do. So that's my opinion as the head of finance and administration, which this falls on.
trustee R, we have heard your opinion loud and clear. Thank you, trustee Sprinkle, for yours. Does any other board member wish to weigh in? Administrator Grace, do you wish to weigh in on any of the features of the vehicle?
Sure, just for reference, when we started looking for a vehicle, I put in a search criteria of a four-door F-150 4x4 vehicle. I did an 80-mile search of our area, came up with multiple vehicles. Obviously, we have a close dealership, which is Westfield Ford. It is our closest here, and we do try to support them whenever possible. They had a similar vehicle. Ironically, it had less options on it than the one that is up for consideration this evening. Their price was approximately $3,000 higher than this one located in Elgin. This was the lowest price for the vehicle. I don't, outside of that, I don't think I have much else to add to it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that background, and I will add before we call the vote. Yes, trustee Posh?
I just want to make a comment, just, it's more or less opinions of people here, but we dragged this through once before on purchasing a vehicle for the administrator. The one we have is costing us plenty of money to keep it going. Public Works does use F-150s. The truck can tow over 5,000 pounds. can haul a water tank. I mean, there's things it can do. It can also be used at the police department. And I don't know why we have to be so concerned about that. It's almost like we want to get this car and then push it right out of it, give it to somebody else. I just agree that, I do agree that we do need the vehicle.
Okay, thank you.
Add something, please.
Yes, please.
I certainly don't consider this a luxury vehicle. It's a black pickup truck, but the options on it aren't that wild. You also have to look at if you're gonna create the later values. It's a 2024, it's not a 2025. It has some miles on it. I believe it was a demonstrator. So I feel we should do it.
Thank you. I think that concludes the discussion. I'll only add that I also stand by this and support it as reasonable and justified. I think it will be extremely useful to our total village fleet for numerous reasons, many of which you've heard from other board members. Okay, with that, that concludes the discussion. Can we call the roll, please?
Trustee Ara,
No.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Posh,
Aye.
Sprinkle,
Aye.
Carr.
That completes the vote. Motion passes. Thank you, everyone. We'll move to action item number 3. That is action to approve the asphalt binder replacement for East Ravine Water Main Project. The Water Commission is doing some work over there. They're planning construction, and that includes restoring the pavement. Their scope of work does not include replacing the binder, which we feel is a positive thing to do. It increases the long-term durability and safety of the road. The cost estimate to the village is $56,227.50. Is there a motion to approve this?
So
So,
I have the motion by trustee Posh, the second by trustee Ara. Discussion? Vote please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Posh,
aye.
Sprinkle,
Aye.
Carr.
All eyes and that's approved. Thanks. We get to move to number 4 of our action items, consideration to approve resolution 2025-R-06. This is a resolution to allocate 2025 Rebuild Illinois funds. This is a necessary step for reporting for state funding. The amount is $364,053.36. It will be a part of next year's budget. The infrastructure repairs included in this allocation include Willow Boulevard, Rachel Avenue, and Rosemary Court. Is there a motion? By trustee Sprinkle,
So.
by trustee Carr. Discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Posh,
Aye.
Sprinkle,
Aye.
Carr.
All ayes and the resolution passes. Thank you. Final action item, consideration to approve the School Street Drainage Project to Neary Brothers Construction located at 60 North Green Avenue in Roselle, Illinois, 60172, in the amount of $284,948. We had a bid opening last week. There was good participation, and Neary Brothers Construction was the lowest qualified bidder. Is there a motion to approve this award?
So moved.
I'll second.
We have the motion by trustee Ara, the second by trustee Micah. Discussion. And here,
Just clarification, what I heard from our engineer and from our village administrator is that this, so the public is aware of this, this is supposed to happen after school shuts down and before school gets started again. So everybody's not alarmed by all the activity.
yes,
Try to get in.
yes. Any more discussion on this one? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Posh,
Aye.
Sprinkle,
Aye.
Carr.
Motion passes. Board is approved. Thank you, Coach Charles, for the votes. That concludes our action items. Is there any old business the board wishes to entertain?
I think this would fall under old business. I was looking for a report, something that you could formalize. Maybe as a resolution related to the ARPA funds, the money that we got, where we spent it, and those were COVID funds that we're supposed to spend by the 22nd, I believe.
Noted. I think we can work on preparing a document that would include what was reported. Treasurer Dennis, did you look like you'd like to weigh in?
We filed our required report that was due on May 1st.
Mhm.
We're pretty much waiting to see what else they want from us.
Yeah.
So we're very in compliance with the federal rules and there wasn't much change from last year. So,
Very good. Okay, any other old business from the board? New business, I have one that I'll just point to. In our board packs, we did get the Water Commission's report. Thank you for that, Water Commission. Just to summarize, their projects include East Ravine, which we heard about in one of our action items. That'll also include main enhancement, fire hydrant replacement, and roadway restoration. One thing I will note is that we've been alerted that there will be a 4% water rate increase. That follows the city of Chicago's increase. It's by ordinance. So because the city has increased 4%, the Water Commission is following. So that summarizes their report that they provided to us, and thank you again for that and your work. That's all I have for new business. Does any other board member have new business they want to entertain? Okay, let's move to public comment.
I do have somebody.
Okay.
Mike Solo. Could you please limit your question or statement to 3 minutes? Okay.
Okay, just reading an article in Plains Valley newspaper about you want to do a walk-in bike path underneath the high tension wires from North Ring Road to 91st.
That project is indefinitely on hold.
Well,
That idea is,
I just like to make a comment in. I don't think, even though it's on hold and it might be brought up maybe in the future to do it, it's very bad idea because of the EMF, the voltage on the wires are anywhere from 70,000 to 80,000 volts. And it depends on the time of year to a certain height. To the kids would play there, and probably try to climb the tower, so that's a bad idea. But another thing is it's hard to get help in there because comrades got that all locked up with timber, the ground timber along with wires stretched across it. So it'd be hard to get into like an ambulance or even with the police vehicles, even though they got full of and there's no way to go across that. And then the neighbors over there, because their yards face that area, they're worried about safety, especially at night. There's no lights. There's nothing there to see who's there, who's in their backyards. I mean, anybody could be walking by there and they see something in somebody's yard and lawnmower. So it's just a bad idea all the way around, and if it comes up in the future, I think the board should vote it down because it's just too dangerous.
thank you, Mr. Soto. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else signed up for public comment?
No, there's not.
Okay. Then that brings us to village president report, because there is no need for executive session. And I have two very outstanding action items under the president's report. First, we have a proclamation recognizing National Police Week from May 11th through May 17th. And we have many of our law enforcement with us here this evening to be recognized as part of this proclamation. We are very grateful for the service of our police department. They do an outstanding job. We appreciate your attendance here, everyone that is a part of the department. And we at Willow Springs absolutely stand by National Police Week with this proclamation, and I will read it into the record. To recognize National Police Week 2025 and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas there are more than 800,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Village of Willow Springs Police Department. Whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, there are currently more than 24,000 law enforcement officers in the United States that have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty. Whereas The names of these dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. Whereas new names of fallen heroes are being added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial this spring. Whereas the service and sacrifice of all officers killed in the line of duty will be honored during the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund's 37th Candlelight Vigil on the evening of May 13th, 2025. Whereas the Candlelight Vigil is a part of the National Police Week, which will be observed this year from May 11th to May 17th. Whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all the fallen officers and their families, and the U.S. flags should be flown at Hillside. Therefore, be it resolved that the Village of Willow Springs will observe May 11th to May 17th, 2025 as National Police Week in Willow Springs, Illinois, and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and communities across the nation. I would like everyone to join me in a round of applause for next week in mind as we observe Police Memorials Week. I also want to take this opportunity to restate that Cop on a Rooftop is May 16th. If you are interested in volunteering that day, please connect with Tammy. She can help give you information on how you can volunteer for us that day. Really appreciate it, and it is usually a wonderful turnout and great. Okay, next we will move to the proclamation for Public Works Week. That's the following week, but we won't have a meeting before then. And we definitely do not want to miss the opportunity to recognize our Public Works Department. They do an outstanding job. They are dedicated and they are critical to keeping this village running. And we have many of them here with us tonight, which we greatly appreciate. So I will take this moment and opportunity now to read their proclamation into the record and recognize them. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Willow Springs. And whereas these infrastructure facilities and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the public sector, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Willow Springs to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding in the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the 2025 year marks the 65th annual National Public Works Week sponsored by the American Public Works Association, Canadian Public Works Association, be it now resolved. I, President Melissa Nettemeyer, do hereby designate the week of May 18th to May 24th, 2025 as National Public Works Week. I urge all citizens to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association and government agencies and activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions that they make to protecting our national health, safety, and advancing quality of life for all. In witness whereof, I have hereunto signed my hand and caused the seal of the state of Illinois to be affixed, done at the village of Willow Springs, Illinois, on this 8th day of May 2020. With that, let's please have a round of applause.
Hold it. Right. No, hold on. Nobody got that one. They're doing a photo. Hold 1 second. Okay. Keep pop if they can hear you. Say a few things.
That concludes the president's report. Please, everyone, join us after this meeting at Main Lobster Food and Drink if you can make it to celebrate all of these special events this evening. We would really like to see you there. That is all I have. May I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? Oh, we got Trustee Posh, second by Trustee Kroger. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. We are adjourned at 7:43. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Fred. We're disconnected.